Alright, so it's time for something new. I'm ready for a new Let's Play, and since my girlfriend is currently occupying my Steam account with her Don't Starve obsession, I've moved over to Origin, where I'm going to try out a game I've owned for a while, and I've wanted to try. It's called Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. This game was made by Big Huge Games, which, as I remember and understand, that is the collaboration of author R.A. Salvatore and former baseball player Curt Schilling. R.A. Salvatore, I'm a big fan of his Drizzt works in the Forgotten Realms, so I expect the story to be amazing. I think I have all of my settings exactly where I want it. Playing in 1080, and I didn't realize when I started this, but I can actually play on my little PlayStation controller, which this game thinks is an Xbox controller right now because of fancy doodads I've set up. But briefly, I'm going to go into the downloadable content. As you can see, I've got the Legend of Dead Kell and Teeth and Naros expansions. This all stuff here seems to be quality of life, downloadable content to give you a little bit of a head start. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I have visuals turned up pretty high, so hopefully everything looks as nice as it can. I think I've gone over everything. The options menu is pretty standard, so I'll just jump right into a normal game. Ooh, now the question. Do we want to play normal or hard? I almost always play on hard. Why not? First timer, never played the game, so if I suck at it, that's just tough luck. You're going to have to watch me suck at it.
From the beginning, we were wrong. And only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk.
Oh!
But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen, terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha Deon, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. As Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
Well, it's not every game you start the game dead. But apparently that's where we're at for the beginning of this one. Give me control, I want to make other people dead. To one arrow? Come on, my guy's way cooler than that.
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Dunno. Could even be a Jotun. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other.
Cool. So I'm on the I'm on the gurney, and my character creation begins with me dead, so let's see. We have the Almain, warlike and religious nation of storied origin. Many Almain came to the Feyland seeking freedom while honoring the traditions of their homeland. Looks like these are all... Nope, 2 races of men and 2 races of elf, it looks like. Alright, so the Almain are warlike and religious. The Varani are hardened by the high seas. The Varani are just as frequently pirates and mercenaries as they are shrewd merchants. They favor swords and daggers as seaworthy weapons. In a lot of my games, I like to play mercantile style classes. Like, it always seems I get drawn that way in Elder Scrolls games, where I end up part trader and part warrior. Let's look at the elves. The Leosafar. I have to hear some of these pronounced before I embarrass myself. Proud and ancient people from the frozen lands of the north. So they're elf Nords. They judge themselves fit to divine right from wrong under wind, sun, and sky, and met in even-handed justice. And the Dakofar, renowned and sophisticated students of magic and diplomacy. Well, I like playing diplomat characters too. While they do not shy from conflict, they prefer to resolve disputes subtly and with grace. Alright, so I'm... like the paladin style, it seems like. Torn between the Varani and the Dakofar. Mercantile, lockpicking, detect hidden. So these guys are pretty roguish. Persuasion, stealth, and sagecraft. These guys are also... they're kind of bookish stealth. They're book nerd ninjas. Sounds good to me. Let's try it. Do I want bonus wisdom for extra mana? Love. This is my god. Oh, okay, so god of wisdom, god of love gives bonus health and critical hits. God of death. Critical hit and critical hit damage. More mana and mana regen per second. I always like mana regen per second. That allows you to actually cast more spells in combat. I don't know what the stats are like in this game, though, so... bonus poison damage for mischief. Or an extra experience point bonus. We'll go into this blind. I don't really know what's going to be the most beneficial, so we'll go at it from a role-playing stance. Say, my guy is agnostic. That guy's kind of dristy. Why not? This sucks. I've already got a preconceived notion of how Dark Elves are supposed to look. Thank you, Mr. Salvatore. It's tough for me to stray from that. What color eyeshadow are you going to have? About none. Oh, there's no choice for none, so we'll give him the emo. See any stubble appearing, but that's okay. You know, I've always had a hard time with elves with facial hair. It seems weird. They're, in most lore, a very hairless race. They look very heroic. Oh, let's go check out hair. Cornrows. Every game has cornrows. Does anybody actually ever give their elf cornrows? That's unfortunate. You look like a douche. You look kind of douchey. A little more heroic. Always good for the French braid. Oh, look at the boy band comb, or the rock star comb over. No. I wear my hair like that sometimes. I could live with that. No. Bald elves don't work for me, so it's this. It's very Asian, but I can tolerate it. I think we'll go with this. It looks pretty 1700s, but it also looks elvish, so I can deal with that. Again, predisposed. Dark elves have white hair. And not facial hair. Oh my gosh. Please, no. Is there anything in here even tolerable for an elf? No, no. Yeah, maybe that, but... oh, look at there. That's debonair. No. It just doesn't work for me. I can't do it. Let's make your eyebrows the proper color. I could have some fun with this, but I have to look at this guy presumably for 40 or 50 hours, so we'll go pretty standard. Nothing fancy. Whoops! Hit the randomize button. Look what we got. Ooh. Oh. Let's put it back. I didn't mean to do that. Look at all of this individually. I lost my settings. Alright, hair's done. Accessories now. Let's see if there's anything reasonable here. That's not too bad. If only there were one ear. The teeth aren't bad. I don't know what those are. We'll just keep it simple. It looks elvish. I'm not into tattoos on the face, but let's see what they have here. All very tribal. I don't know what else you would get on your face. The mask styles don't bother me too much, but this guy's just gonna go pretty plain Jane when it comes to that. I like the way he looks. Okay, X is confirmed this time.
He's a Doppelfar. No surprise there. Seen a lot of them, though not usually in this good a shape. Alright then, make sure it goes into the report. You know he'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like
A new
to
job.
name him, I think we're done. Put him with the others.
No stupid pre-names. We'll just keep it simple. Evyl, the savior of the kingdom.
That's it for you, then. Better luck next time.
Yeah, that's not such a good way to wake up in the morning, is it? Ugh. Stanky. Those are some enormous flies. Need a sword just for those things. Oh my god. Get out of there, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Barefoot and all. Ugh. And so it concludes this episode. That was like 15 minutes of character creation and exposition.